guys, okay, this is going to be a video where I'm talking about clothing subscription services again. I know I've made a number of videos about this thing, and I'm going to explain why in a second, why I'm obsessed with clothing subscription services. But the reason I'm doing a video today, even though I did one actually just last week, is because I have a rare moment in time where I have boxes from all three of the subscription services I use, which is like, I feel like it's like a lunar eclipse. Everything has come together because usually you have like a certain amount of time to send them back. So it's rare that I have all of the boxes and the clothing items with me all at one time. So I have a Trunk Club box, I have a Stitch Fix box, and I have a LeTote box. And I'm going to talk about all of them. I'm going to be very honest about them. I'm going to open each box and show you which is in each box and talk about the pros and cons of each one, because I know there's been lots of questions like which is better, Stitch Fix, Trunk Club, what's the difference, all that kind of thing. But first I want to talk for a second about why I keep talking about clothing subscription boxes and why I love them so much. So, I mean, to be honest, a big part of it is just I don't like to go shopping for clothing. I don't enjoy clothing shopping. It's actually something I really used to enjoy, but you know, at this stage in my life, I really don't like it. I am super busy. I'm a mom of four. I also work, and so if I was going to go to the mall and buy my clothes, which I used to do all the time with glee, but at this point, if I'm going to go to the mall, I'm either going to have to go, well, the kids are at school, which is my work day. I don't have a nanny, so I would have to go during the day when I need to get work done, or I'd need to actually go in the evening and like get a sitter or take kids with me, both of which I don't want to do. So for me, this isn't for everybody, but for me, having clothes show up at my door that I can literally walk into my bedroom, try them on, and then if I don't like them, put them in my mailbox right outside my house, this totally works for me. It has been hugely helpful for me. Again, I know it's not for everybody. And I have to say, in terms of clothing shopping, when I go to the mall, I notice that I quickly become dissatisfied with everything I have. So I take a trip to the mall, I walk by Madewell, I walk by Free People, I walk through Nordstrom's, and I'm immediately feeling like I hate everything I own. Like everything I own is dumb. I see all the latest fashions and start feeling like I need everything. So these clothing subscription boxes, I'm not going to pretend like they're a budget thing. They're not. They're not a budget thing. But for me, I find that I spend less money on clothing because I don't go to the mall and then decide like I hate everything. That's, again, personal for me. But me going to the mall tends to be like I hate everything, self-loathing, I need to change everything. It's a spiral of shame going to the mall for many reasons. I mean, for one, because I start feeling like I hate all my clothes and I need a wardrobe. I don't love trying clothes on, under the mirrors with the backlighting. So anyway, that's why this works for me. So I'm going to talk about all of the different ones and what I like and don't like about them. Now, Stitch Fix, that's the first one I ever tried, and this is what really hooked me on clothing subscription services. I've been doing Stitch Fix for probably 3 years. And I really like it, but I have to say, it's totally hit or miss. So what I do with Stitch Fix is I have it set to deliver clothing to me every 2 to 3 weeks. That's the most frequent you can get a Stitch Fix box. Knowing that, 9 times out of 10, I won't keep everything in the box. There's been very few times I've kept everything in the box. Often I keep 1 or 2 things. So I just know that going in. If you decide to try Stitch Fix, just know it's a process. It's not going to be perfect at the beginning. Here are the things I like about Stitch Fix. I like that it is the more affordable option of the clothing boxes that I'm going to talk about. It has lower price points. Now, people have suggested that it's the same kind of stuff that you could get at Nordstrom's Rack, and I agree with that. I think that criticism is completely fair. You can get these clothes at Nordstrom's Rack. However, I don't want to go to Nordstrom's Rack. I feel overwhelmed. I don't want to do that. So if you have the time and you have the energy and you like to shop, you could probably get these clothes for the same price or less at Nordstrom's Rack. But if you don't, this is a way, to have Nordstrom's Rack show up at your door. Another thing I really love about Stitch Fix is I love their jeans. Their jeans are magical. All of my friends that do Stitch Fix agree. Somehow their jeans are really well fitted. They have some brands that are specific to them, to Stitch Fix. And every time I mean, I've barely sent back a pair of jeans, and I'm not an easy person to shop for jeans. Now, I think a part of this is the fact that most of their jeans are a little stretchy, which tends to be more forgiving, but I love Stitch Fix's jeans. Now, what I don't like about Stitch Fix, you don't get a personal conversation with your stylist. They are supposedly reading what you ask for and supposedly looking at your Pinterest page, but it's not a personal, you can't say, you know what, I need a little black dress for a cocktail party that's coming up. I also find that their clothes get a little bit repetitive. Like I have gotten, I'm actually wearing a Stitch Fix shirt right now, and I feel like this shirt is pretty representational of like Stitch Fix clothing. But I have gotten a shirt like this many times. So their clothing, I think, can get a little repetitive, and I don't think their clothing is cutting edge. You know, it's not cutting edge fashion. They're classics, but they're not super trendy, on trend if you're, you know, wanting to be wearing like, you know, exactly what the thing is this season. For example, with Stitch Fix, I'm continually asking for a bohemian dress, like those big kind of maxi dresses with sleeves, you know, but gathered at the waist, just kind of like a hippie bohemian dress with maybe some embroidery on it. I have been asking for that dress, that kind of a dress, for over a year, and I've yet to get one from Stitch Fix because I think they just, that's a little fashion forward for them, I guess. Now you'll see that I asked for the same thing from Trunk Club, and in this box I think I have 4 of those dresses. So if you have really specific tastes, Stitch Fix is not going to send you specifically what you want. But let's look at a box. Okay, so every Stitch Fix box comes with a little note from your stylist where she kind of explains why she chose what she chose for you. And it has a photo of each of the things that you got along with some styling ideas, which I actually like because I could use styling ideas. I'm not the best at it. So let's see what I got in this box. I got a necklace, which I don't often get, but they do jewelry in Stitch Fix. You can turn that off if you don't want necklaces. What's fun about Stitch Fix too is sometimes they send me 31 bits necklaces, which is a brand that I adore. This looks like it's a longer, I'm not going to bother opening this because it looks a little bit complicated, but it looks like it's a long chain with a little bit of a velvet choker on it. So that looks like it could be kind of cute. Okay, and then it also comes again with, for me, what is key in all of these, which is the return envelope that I'm probably going to pop that necklace and a few other things in. The other thing that came in this box was a jacket. Now, Stitch Fix does have really good outerwear. I have asked for leather jackets from them many times, and I have gotten some that I really like. This is a suede motor jacket. Now, I like the shape of this, but I don't love the suede, so I'll probably send this back. And I might send it back with a note that says, I like the shape, but I don't like the suede. And maybe I'll get a leather jacket. This is something else that came from Stitch Fix. This is like a bohemian kind of, what do you call these, poncho? I super love this. I will keep this for sure. Over a tank top and over jeans. This is like what I live in all summer, these kind of little bohemian, sheer, lightweight, boho tops. So that's a win. It also came with this t-shirt dress. It's hard to see black on video, but this is the t-shirt dress. It's a tank top. It's got a little pocket. It is about knee length. Now this is like a perfect house dress. I'm actually probably going to keep this because this is the kind of thing I will wear around the house, especially during the summer. We don't have AC in my house. It gets pretty hot. So this little tank dress is super practical. It's not super stylish, but for me it's super practical, so I'll be keeping that one. And then the last thing I got in this particular fix is this top. Now this is a strong pass. This is a strong no. I don't like this at all. So of this fix, I got 2 things I like. I got a very practical dress. This I think is actually cute and trendy and fun. And I will keep these 2 things, and I will be sending the rest of them back in the envelope. So that is Stitch Fix. Okay, so let's have a look at Trunk Club as compared to Stitch Fix. So it's a similar idea. They mail the clothing to you, you're buying the clothing, you send back what you don't like, you pay for what you keep, And the difference with Trunk Club, one of the things I like more about Trunk Club is that you have a stylist that you can email. So you can directly email back and forth with your stylist, and you can ask for specific things. Like, for example, oh, yes, I will tell you the prices. Let me see. Great question. I know, I always forget to mention the prices, and of course you want that information. So let's look at the Stitch Fix receipt. Okay, so that necklace was $34, which seems reasonable. That kimono, that's the word, not poncho, kimono. That little boho kimono, the blue one, was $54, which, that studded detail button-down top, which I really don't like, is $148. Which I should also mention that in my settings, I have my settings for them to send me slightly more expensive things. So you can change the settings if you don't like, if you want to pay less. The lavender brown, that's the name of the brand, but the faux suede jacket is $218, which I think is reasonable. I just don't like the style. And then that little t-shirt dress was $54, okay? So that's the prices for me for Stitch Fix, but again, if you wanted lower end prices, you could indicate that in your profile and you could get lower end prices. Now, that is not so much the case with Trunk Club. Trunk Club is a bit more spendy, and I'm going to talk about why in a sec. So as I was saying, with Trunk Club, you can communicate directly with the stylist. So a couple months ago, I had a cocktail event that I needed to go to, and so I told my stylist, I want a trunk just of cocktail dresses, which for me, again, not liking to go to the mall was amazing. So she sends me an entire box, this big of a box, of cocktail dresses. I tried them all on, and I kept one. So I didn't have to go to the mall. I showed her pictures on my Pinterest board of the kind of dresses I want. I said, you know, I want something that hits the knee. I want something that is fit and flare. And she nailed it. So I got a super cute cocktail dress out of that. It was reasonably priced, at least, it was in my budget, in what I thought I wanted to spend. I think it was like $150. And then I just got to send it all back. So again, for myself, I'm busy. You know, if I had gone to the mall to look for all these different dresses and gone to all the different stores and all the different brands, I probably would have spent 4 hours realistically at the mall. And I honestly I get like overwhelmed, and I probably would have put things on hold, and then I would have probably gone home because I didn't know, and then gone back and blah, blah, blah. So that's what's nice about Trunk Club. You could say, I just want jeans. I need a box full of jeans. Another couple months ago, I said, I just want a box full of t-shirts. Like, I need good, cool t-shirts. So you can be way more specific with Trunk Club. And it's more of, you know, again, it's more of a relationship, more of a dialogue with your stylist. Now, one downside of Trunk Club is the price. It is more spendy, but the reason it's more spendy is, so when you're filling out your Stitch Fix profile, say for example, it asks you what brands you like. And the brands that I put, I like Vince, I like Rag & Bone, I like Free People. So they send me brands that are like Vince and Rag & Bone and Free People. With Trunk Club, they send you those actual brands. So, you know, I guess Stitch Fix is more generic. Again, it's lower end, which, you know, pros and cons to both. But with Trunk Club, when you say I want a particular brand, you'll probably get that actual brand. Now, Trunk Club, I understand, I don't know if this is public information, but from what I understand, it's a Nordstrom's company. So what I will do on my Pinterest, which I keep my Pinterest board updated, and I tell my stylist to look at it all the time, I will go on the Nordstrom's page and I'll pin things from Nordstrom's because I'm assuming it's the same inventory. So that has been pretty successful for me. Okay, so I'm going to show you, another thing I love about Trunk Club is the box is way bigger. With Stitch Fix, you get 5 items only. With Trunk Club, I mean, this box is absurd that I just got. You get a ton of stuff with Trunk Club. So way more stuff, which I like because, again, I'm not going to keep all of it. From this box, I've already looked at it. I'm probably going to keep about 3 items. So I like that you get more variety. You know, you're getting to try more things on. And again, to me, this feels like a trip to the mall that happened in my house. Okay, so here's what came in this Trunk Club box. So this is a Free People button-down top. Free People is one of my favorite brands. This is just a cute kind of sheer button-down. I tried this one on yesterday. It's really flattering. A little bit sheer, but very cute over jeans. Like nice and drapey. And again, Free People. So this one is a keeper. I'm definitely going to keep this one. And I'm going to tell you all the prices at the end. Okay, here we've got another kind of bohemian, and I've asked for like bohemian tops. So this is another kind of boho top, also Free People. I tried this one on and I like this one too. Now, again, they sent me the brand I like, which also unfortunately is expensive. So I haven't looked at the prices yet. I will, but I'm guessing Free People, they're probably about $150 each, which I know is expensive. Let's see, this is another top. Sorry, I tried these on already, so and then I shoved them in there without putting them right side out. This is another Free People top. It's very drapey, very bohemian, kind of sheer. It's got a really fun swing at the bottom. I like this fabric. I like the material. It's just like super hippie, cute over jeans and boots. So I will be keeping this one too. So those are kind of my keepers, and those are all Free People. Oh, there's another actually. Oh, this one is also Free People. So this is a funny one. I saw, another thing with Trunk Club that I really like. You can look at your trunk at pictures of the clothing that your stylist is going to send you before it comes to your house, and you can just say no to anything that you think you won't like, and she'll swap out something else. So I almost said no to this long sleeve t-shirt because I don't love white t-shirts, but it came and I actually really love it and I wore it already. So it's super drapey, and like it has that like kind of shark hem at the bottom, but really sheer, and so you kind of wear it over a tank top. So I really liked this, and I'm going to be keeping that. Hey guys, stay outside. I'm making a video. My kids just walked in. This is a new thing. My kids, my boys can ride their bike to school now, which is super fun. But then I forget that it's like after school time and they're coming home while I'm making a video. Anyway, I know that may seem mean that I just kicked them out of the house, but they are not inside kids anyway. They're, I'm sure, outside skating. So this is We the Free brand. This is another kind of boho top. Now I don't love this one as much. It's like one of those off the shoulder numbers. This pattern's a little busy for me. The top's a little short because it's super blousy, then it kind of stops right at the hips, which I don't find flattering, so this one's going back. But lots, I mean, I asked for bohemian tops and she gave me bohemian tops, for sure. This is such a big box. Little boho dress, off the shoulder. I think this one's really cute too. Has a little slit at the bottom. So I might keep this one. I'm gonna check on the price though, because this one doesn't feel quite as, like the fabric feels kind of cheap. This feels like a under $50 dress, so we'll see. We'll see how much it is. They sent me a couple pairs of jeans because I had asked for black jeans. So here is one pair of jean, just kind of like a distressed black jean. Cute. You like that one? Hey, India. My daughter just came home. Wait, don't you have play practice?
Not today.
Oh, tomorrow. Okay, yeah, you're right. Another pair of black jeans. All right, we'll get to the prices on that in a minute. So now I had also asked for boho dresses, and she sent me some boho dresses, a lot of them. So super cute. So this is Free People, and this one actually was on my pin board. So she just sent me the exact dress from my pin board. It's got lots of like little ruffle details at the bottom. I love it. Love, love. This is exactly what I was looking for. So this is what I've been asking Stitch Fix for over a year, and they've not been able to provide. So again, this is one of the reasons why I do both of them, because you know, Stitch Fix has better prices and it's just very practical clothes, but when I really want a thing, and I really wanted a dress like this, Trunk Club is where I can get the thing that I specifically want. Lots of, oh, this one's another boho top, actually.
I thought it was a dress.
I know, I thought it was a dress too. So this one's hinged. This is a lower end top. So I'm sure this one's going to be a little bit cheaper. I wish they had the prices on here so I could read them off to you guys. But I will say, look, Nordstrom tag. So I guess the word on the street is correct. It is a Nordstrom brand. That's a cute top. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So as you can see, I get a lot from Trunk Club. This is another dress, and this was another one that was specifically on my pin board. This one is also Free People. Super cute, off the shoulder.
Cute.
Isn't that cute? Very
Some of the Free
hippie.
People stuff is weird.
I know. Indy and I were looking at a Free People catalog the other day and commenting on how weird some of the stuff is. Go grab it and let's show some of the weird stuff. Anyway, I really like this. Like, this is like Easter dress potential. Super pretty. So again, she gave me what I asked for. That's also Free People. I don't know if I mentioned that. This dress is Waif. I'm not familiar with this brand, and honestly, I don't love this one as much. I feel like this one is a little more like Midwest church than hippie bohemian. You know? I don't know. No, it's okay, but I don't feel like it's like necessarily the exact vibe I want. Okay, so there's one more dress in here. And this one's kind of fancy. In fact, I can't even totally figure this one out. I haven't tried it on yet because I don't think I'm going to keep it. Okay, so this one's almost like a cocktail dress.
Whoa.
And I'm assuming, I know, right? I'm assuming, yeah, this comes in crosses. These things cross. Okay, so kind of fancy. I mean, it's a pretty color. It's backless. This is a cocktail dress. I don't have anything to wear this to, and I tend to like, it's a gown. I know, right? It's like an Oscars dress. It's chiffon. I mean, this is like really, really nice. So I don't have an occasion for this guy. So I'll probably send it back. And I tend to like my formal wear to be black. Okay, and then we've gotten through the clothing of the trunk. Now we have the shoes.
They come with shoes?
Yeah, sometimes they have shoes.
I couldn't find the magazine.
Oh, you can't find the Free People. We were going to make fun of some Free People clothing.
Wait, I'll just explain it. They had socks with sandals.
Yeah, they did. In the Free People magazine, they had socks with sandals. What the heck? These are great. I asked for booties. These are booties. So again, real specific. Why are you giggling?
Because it's a booty.
Oh, it's tweens. Yeah, cute shoes. And I feel like those were probably also on my These are cute. I'll never wear these, but they're very cute. I don't like. No, they're not gonna fit you. I don't like flat sandals. I have giant feet, and then just I like a little bit. Yeah, makes me I like a little bit of a wedge. Okay, so that is Trunk Club.
Woohoo!
And yeah, it's a bear. It's a lot of stuff. So I will be I'll probably send a majority of that back. I'll probably keep two of those boho dresses and a couple of those boho tops. India, will you run in my room and see if you can find the receipt from this Trunk Club thing? Yeah, not yet. My son is asking. I just made this spaghetti squash casserole that my kids actually love. My boys love it. My girls won't touch it because it has a sauce on it. Anyway, he's begging me for some of it, and I'm telling him no. Okay, their return policy with Trunk Club is 5 days. And the assumption is you're going to return things. So it's a very, very open return policy. Now, I will say you have to stay on top of it because it's easy to, have this box sit there, especially when you have, this much stuff to get through because it's daunting. Like, I haven't tried all that on yet. So, you have to stay on top of it. You can easily kind of miss the window. Now, I have missed the window before and I've still sent stuff back and they still took it. So I haven't had the experience of them, charging me for stuff that I missed the window for. Okay, the squash casserole recipe is from the True Foods cookbook. Let's see if it's yeah, I don't see it. I actually don't follow the recipe anymore because I've made it so many times. It's really simple, but it's from the True Foods cookbook. And then. Instapot. I'm totally hooked on the Instapot. So I make the spaghetti squash in the Instapot. It takes 10 minutes in the Instapot. And then you scrape this spaghetti squash out. And then you put tomato sauce, garlic, onions, the spaghetti squash. I put some regular squash, like green squash, zucchini, and then a lot of cheese, like a lot of cheese, which is why they like it. I mean, it basically tastes like spaghetti, but it's squash. It's really good though. True Foods Cookbook. That's such a good cookbook. Okay, while can you find it, India? Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to read those prices off to you, but I will just say that it's all expensive. It's all super expensive. I mean, I know that those Free People dresses are probably $200 to $300. So it's pricey. Now, I will say I have gotten cheaper things from Trunk Club, and again, some of that's going to be based on what brand you like. So I love Free People, I love Vince, they're expensive, but I also like Billabong and Ruka, and they've sent me some of their stuff, and it's not that expensive, you know, so I'll get a Billabong shirt from them for like 30, 40 bucks. But yeah, some of that stuff's going to be pretty spendy, and I'm so sorry, I'm going to have to find that receipt, because I'm going to have to send half of it back. Okay, really quick. Can't find it? It's okay. Let me make sure it's not in this pile. No. Okay, I made a video about LeTote last week, but I will talk about it here really quick. Oh, look! I just found the Trunk Club receipt.
That's what the receipt was?
Well, yeah, this. It's not really the receipt. Okay, I'm going to tell you the prices. So the jeans were both $200. One of the Free People tunics was $88. One was $108. The maxis were not. I lied. They weren't as much as I thought. They were $168. Both of the Free People. I know it's still expensive. You're right, India. But I thought it was more than that. So the maxi dresses were both $168. Basically the Free People shirts are around $88 to $98. That gown, the really pretty beige gown, was $198. That V-neck top that I said I think this is lower end was $69. The ankle wrap sandal that I'm not going to keep was $79. So interesting. Remember how I said I wanted to look at the price of this smocked dress because it felt cheap? This dress is 50 bucks. And it feels like a $50 dress. The booties are $525. So I won't be keeping those. No way. But they're Rag & Bone, and I said that I like that brand, which I do like that brand, but I generally like that brand. Get out of here. And then I buy things that look like that brand because I can't afford that brand. So yeah, those booties, I will sadly be departing with those booties. That tee that I liked from Free People was $78, which again, that's that's a stupid amount to spend on a t-shirt, but I really like the way it feels. And I will say, my friend Sarah James, if you're into fashion and all those kinds of stuff, you should follow her because she's an amazing kind of beauty fashion blogger. But she did tell me a long time ago, she said, t-shirts are the thing you should spend the most money on because you wear them every day. And it's kind of true. Like I followed that advice and I started buying more expensive t-shirts and I really pared down and it has been very nice because I do wear t-shirts pretty much every day. And then there was another dress in there, the other one, the one that was Waif brand that I said it felt cheaper, and that one was $70. So, and again, I have not said please send me only cheap stuff from Free People. So that's the price points for Free People. Okay, LeTote really quick. LeTote is also a subscription service, however, it is like a library of clothing. You don't keep the clothing, so they send you used clothing. For $60 a month, you can get 4 items that you can wear as long as you feel like wearing them, and then you can send them back. So here's what I like about LeTote. First of all, if you have weight fluctuations, it's amazing. So they have maternity. Side note, Stitch Fix now has plus sizes, and then there's another company called Dia & Co. That's a subscription service that's specific to plus sizes. And I have friends who've been doing both, and they have both been really happy with them. And then Stitch Fix has men's, and Trunk Club has men's. So LeTote has maternity, and LeTote, like if you just had a baby, you know, and you're a couple sizes up and you don't really want to purchase those clothing, but you want to stop wearing your maternity clothes, LeTote's a great option. LeTote is also a great option. Like, let's say, for example, I go to conferences and I do tend to want to wear new clothes to the conference. If I have a LeTote subscription, I could just ask for the clothing that I want, wear those clothes to the conference, mail them back, and then get another shipment for the next conference. They also have dresses, so if you had an event, it's definitely a lot cheaper than Rent the Runway. And again, you can have 4 at a time and you can kind of turn them back in whenever you want. So it's a much cheaper alternative to Rent the Runway, but it's not quite as fancy. But another thing I like about LeTote, you can go on their website and you can pick the clothing you get. So rather than having a stylist, you can, like everything that I have from this LeTote, I went on the website and I said, I want this, I want this, I want this. So it's a little more customized if you're picky and you want to pick your own things. But again, it's used clothing. So pros and cons to that. Okay, so here is one of the dresses that I got from LeTote. I picked this because I thought it looked like one of those nice t-shirt dresses that you can just wear around the house, pick up the kids. It's black. I do wear a lot of black. You're right, India. Now this one ended up being a little more kind of bodycon fitting than I wanted it to be. It looks, I tried it on and it looks a little more formal. I was wearing just kind of like an everyday, you have to be quiet, an everyday t-shirt dress. It's a little fancier than that. So I'll probably wear that for an evening out. Don't eat it yet. They're freaking out over this spaghetti squash casserole sitting on the counter. So I'm just here to testify. If you want your kids to eat vegetables, the spaghetti squash, right? He's thumbs up. The spaghetti squash casserole from, well, India's saying no, from True Foods. In fact, I'll walk the camera over there in a second and I'll show it to you. Okay, this was, so this was the second of my 4 items. A shirt dress, super comfortable. I like these kinds of dresses. I feel actually like I own like a million of these dresses. I really like this one. Actually liked everything I got, but that's because I picked them. This super fun shirt with like swans on it. Cranes. Yeah. Really like that one. And then just again, like a nice little boho blousey top. So that's LeTote. Again, pros and cons, you're having to send the stuff back. It's kind of spendy, $60 for 4 items once a month. You have to stay on top of that one, I feel like, because you could easily, I feel like you could just kind of absorb those clothes into your wardrobe, forget you have them, and then it's not really working out so well. Anyway, okay, hopefully that gave you a good sense of the difference between all of these subscription boxes and you know why you would use them. And I am going to finish this off by walking you over to, let's see. If I can. Okay, we're going to walk over and we're going to have a look. This is the spaghetti squash casserole. You want to take a spoon into that, Kembe, and show us what it looks like inside? I know, you don't like it because you don't eat anything with the sauce, but the boys really love this one. There it is. And this one I put zucchini in it too. Oh, and basil. I put basil. So anyway. How is it?
Good.
Good. Okay, don't eat all of it.
Okay.
Save some for dinner. All right. Bye. Thanks, you guys.